Get in, nerds. We are playing Victoria 3. There is a red scare happening in France due to communism rising in Prussia. So let's take a look at that. The rise of the communist regime in communist Prussia has spurred a sense of terror and mistrust across French society. Many fear that the Kingdom of France will be the next to fall to communism. Every newspaper on the stand bore a title more extreme than the last. Shrill newsboys hawked them on corners, sending competing claims of atrocity and terror across the streets. Assassins and madmen claim power in communist Prussia, cried one of them. Recovered Red Bible reveals agenda of world revolutionists, shouts another. And amidst all of them marched 10,000 wide-open ears, soaking up each sensational word as they hurried along to their stations. It could happen here. Trade unions get weakened. Upper stratum pops become more loyal. Trade unions get significantly weakened. Or a panic will be wholly unwarranted. Everybody mad, but lower stratum pops more loyalist. I'm going to do the first one. I'm very okay with the trade unions being weakened. So, we're going to see what comes of this. I am almost assuredly going to intervene as the primary force for reactionary politics in Europe. Sahrawi is rising up. We'll send the 5th French army to deal with it. Oh, they're still in Ahagar. Well, that should be done really soon. So after that, I'm going to gamble that they'll be able to deal with this really quickly, and then we can send them across to Sahrawi and not have to deal with that. So, be very funny if we got Prussia as a subject. I could ask them for a bankroll. Oh man, that would be so much fun. Let's do it. Let's do it. Let's just straight drain Germany's treasury for 5 years. Perfect. Alright, so we will mobilize all of our armies. I don't think we're going to need to raise conscripts for this. So we'll put one army on the main border. We'll put the Army of Africa on the other border. We'll put 3rd Corps here as well, since this is where most of the action is. And yeah, that should be just fine. I think I'm comfortable with being kind of world police as Bourbon France. I think that makes sense. Oh, we've conquered Ahagar, so now they're on their way over to Sahrawi. Wonderful. Bavaria sides with Prussia as well, so this war is looking like a more and more foregone conclusion. So theoretically, we have the Red Scare, but that might end if there's just not a communist regime in Europe. So we'll see. We'll see how that goes. We might be able to put an end to that before anything goes wild. Police brutality. The use of extreme force is becoming increasingly common among police officers in Alsace-Lorraine. The working class and the socially conscious are rallying against the police as an institution. Scarcely a week passes without their committing some offense which disgusts everybody but the magistrates. Boys are bruised by their ferocity, women insulted by their ruffianism, and that which brutality has done, perjury denies, and magisterial stupidity suffers to go unpunished. Police brutality is becoming one of our most venerated institutions. We cannot tolerate this behavior, and the use of force is warranted. Armed forces and petite bourgeoisie being happy is something I don't need right now, but having happier rural folk and intelligentsia would be a little useful to me. So I'm going to go with the top one, and we'll just queue an increase right back in, and nobody will be the wiser. I did have an option to buy some land in Sinai. Italy, why would you do this? We were improving. Our relations were getting better. Fine. We'll be rivals. I had an option to buy some land in Egypt. So let's do it. We can afford it. Relations are good. We're not in a war. Oh, interesting. We just buy it. There's not a decision. I guess when Egypt is an AI, they wouldn't say no. So let's do it. We have acquired the land. It's going to cost us a barrel full of cash, but that's okay. Let's go ahead and incorporate it. And we'll build us a canal. Population is probably not large enough to actually staff the canal. So actually, we're going to have to go ahead and pull one of these consumption taxes off to go for a greener grass campaign. Please tell me you're not in chaos. Okay, you're not. Alright, we'll queue in one level of railway here. And then we even need to build some buildings, but that's alright. The Communist Prussian Arc. With arrested communists beginning to stream into French prisons, figures within the government have begun deporting the non-citizens among them to Communist Prussia aboard a chartered cargo ship. I don't know why, there's a border right there in Alsace-Lorraine. Just as the sailing of the Ark that Noah built was a pledge for the preservation of the human race, so the sailing of the Communist Prussian Ark is a pledge for the preservation of the Kingdom of France. A wonderfully poetic suggestion. Loyalists, laborers in Provence will move to East Prussia. 2% of pops in Provence become more loyalist, or they will serve their sentences on our soil, petit bourgeois, salting. 2 arms. I don't want to send people away. Yep. Okay. Dial it back. We're fine. Everything's fine. Everything's fine. It's not like there's a war going on. I know there's a war going on. Don't call me about it. I don't care if the petit bourgeoisie are salty, so they'll serve their sentences on our soil. I do not want our pops going to Prussia. That's bad. That's very bad. So, success in Sahrawi, wonderful. Sides with the Great Britain against a tiny revolt. Alright, sure. Colonization rights. Nicole, excellent. Let's actually go ahead and switch over our naval base doctrine right now. And then we are pressing forward here in Prussia. We're pressing forward here in East Prussia. It's all going pretty well. Let's see. We've pretty much won our war against Sahrawi. I'll just check colonization rights. And all the forces are coming back to Europe, where we're fighting against Communist Prussia. Britain colonized Congo. Prussia is in default. Probably because they're bankrolling me. So let's see how much we're getting from that. We're getting a huge pile. 119k a week. Oh my god. This is the funniest. Prussia, you dumb idiots. Ah, wonderful. Let's build up a bunch of construction industry in France to celebrate. I might be about to completely strain up my economy, but honestly, I think it'll be worth it. Cool. So that's going to be 20 additional levels of construction industry. The boys have reoriented themselves. Alright, they're deploying to that front. Alright, looks like things are going very well in Prussia. I'm not normally much of an intervene in the revolutions of other countries player, but I think for role play reasons, I think it just makes sense for us to do what we're doing. Prestige could be better. We're still not really challenging Britain on that front. Revolutions in Arabia. Prussia seems likely to intervene in that one. Interesting. Finish out our war in Sahrawi. And Greek mass immigration. Ooh, things are going real bad in Greece, huh? Maybe they need to be conquered by France. Communist Prussia is for sure losing this war at this point. They are fully exhausted of it, which makes a certain degree of sense. We are experiencing victory on all fronts. So I think I can go ahead and increase the game speed here and just kind of let that sort itself out. What is this? We'll just hold the speed. I don't have... I do have an interest up there. Did this just pop off without me noticing? I think it did. Well, that's wild. Alright. There's Communist Prussia. Sorted out. Nation count. Hey, and the Red Scare closed. Excellent. That is just fine. Alright, so... armies are... on their way. Alright. That should be fine. So, I've got a lot of infamy to play with before a problem arises. So where can I go and what can I do with it? Reduce the autonomy of the Marina Kingdom. I think I'm going to do that just to start out. Grab some states in Africa. Can I make Sokoto a protectorate? No, not at the moment. But I could grab Outer Hausaland. 8.1 infamy. Yeah, that's a reasonable... That's a reasonable amount. Am I in a war right now? No, I am not. Cool. We'll put the... Oh, they accepted. Oh, wonderful. That's excellent. Throw a colony in air. That's actually really good because that means they'll be smaller when I want to annex them later. Let's make... Is Ashanti still in a truce with me? Yes. For another 23 months. Could knock out grabbing the rest of these territories, or I could get... Oh, that's British territory. They got it off the Danes. Well, that'll happen. Got another army that is not currently doing anything. I think the First Corps needs a dramatic increase to its number of artillery, so let's go ahead and knock that out. Got a lot of labor available in Brittany, so we'll put it there. And then I think... Still having trouble hiring these ironclads for Escadre du Nord, which is a little curious. See if we can get that upgraded. Alright, so we are spending a ton of cash. I've completely goofed up my steel market. But that's alright, because we're building a ton more steel mills. Let's put the ones in Brittany at the top of the construction queue here. And we'll do 5 levels of motor industries to get those built. We'll put the glassworks in so that those just finish themselves out. Then we'll do a bunch of levels of steel mills. This is like 10 levels of steel mills. And then we'll do another chunk of levels of motor industries. And then we'll put more steel mills up above, so that we're kind of trading off in blocks between motors industries and steel mills. And that should be just fine. That should get us all the steel and motors that we need in order to be able to function. Eventually that is also going to strain my coaling industry, but it's still good. Iron and coal are still holding. So I'm feeling pretty confident overall. Let me see. Where are we in the episode? We're at about the halfway point. So that's fine. Humiliation. Spain started a humiliation diplomatic play against the Netherlands. United States sides with Spain. Why are you so mad at each other? Prussia sides with the Netherlands. Interesting. I can't support the Netherlands because I owe an obligation to Spain. How much longer do I owe an obligation to Spain for? 15 months. They're likely to call me into this war, but that wouldn't be necessarily a problem for me. I could shoot at the Americans for a bit. That would be fun. Anything else I want to do in terms of reforming my laws? Dedicated police force I'm perfectly happy with. Could go to mercantilism off of protectionism. That would make my trade unions angry, but it would make my landowners and industrialists happier. Peru, Bolivia wants a trade agreement. I'm going to be real with you, Peru, Bolivia. I thought we already had a trade agreement. Ooh, they'd be willing to join my customs union. Ooh. What if instead I bankroll them? This would cost me 13 per week. We could get an obligation, then use the obligation to pull them into the customs union. That would be nice. Let's give it a shot. You seem to not forget that I'm doing it. Rubber Rush event. Voice of the Nation. A group of respectable musical composers teaching at the Arts Academy in Mananjou. A lot going on here, auditorily. Teaching at the Arts Academy in Mananjou have approached us. They have drawn attention to the alarming lack of a proper national anthem fit to invigorate our people's spirits. Land of mountains, land by the river, glory is ours to deliver. Born from the night and blessed by day, our fate will be completed today. Now that's a cool anthem. 20 extra prestige. Very nice. So far I have not been pulled into this thing. The United States is wary towards me, but I don't know why you're wary, United States. I'm going to improve relations with you, because honestly, it seems like things would be fine with the two of us. It seems like if you just chill, everything would be cool. Oh, lost an admiral here. You are a nihilist armed forces guy, but you're brave. Seems like the perfect combination. A brave nihilist, what could go wrong? Definitely he won't shoot the king. Throw a bomb at the king, you know that. You know the way they do things. Anglo-Indian peasant revolt. Now that is interesting. Is Great Britain doing anything else right now? They're in a small war in Oldenburg, but that's not really affecting things. They don't want our support. It's fine. The Swiss are revolting. We're almost assuredly going to be called into this because we're allied with Switzerland, so I'm not going to be able to benefit from this at all militarily. Ooh. They'll do it. They'll become a protectorate. Cool. Neat. I will benefit from this. Wonderful. I will mobilize the Army of Africa right away. That's wild. I need more convoys, so let's go ahead and queue in some extra ports. I'm short on ports. I didn't even realize. It's actually good because I got some areas where we are a little low on infrastructure as well. I'm going to queue in a whole mess of ports. But not like soon. Colonization of Timbuktu is complete. Excellent. This is rad. I'm so delighted to have Switzerland be my protectorate. They're a nice elective dictatorship. Autocratic parliamentary republic. I thought you couldn't have autocracy and parliamentary republic at the same time, but apparently I'm not right about that. Interesting. You can demand Egypt change its laws. That's interesting. We need to look into some options for that. And of course, I've gone a little over on government admin, so now I need to build up some more government admin. You know, it's hard to be an absolute monarch. There's a lot of weird stuff going on that you need to deal with. 2 arms. Let's see how things are going. We've already got a battle kicking off here, and we are winning. We're actually in pursuit of them. They're carefully maneuvering, and now they're panicking. Great. Trying to get a good visual here. We got much better cannons than they do, I think, is the primary controlling factor in how this battle is going. You see, it's very difficult to attack Sweden, and I think that's true, but we're already part of the way into Sweden. There's vacuum canning. Oh my goodness, did I run us out of research again? Wild. Cool. Let's go into military next. I definitely want to continue to increase our naval methods. And then let's get ourselves some better... ground action methods. Cool. We're going to do a lot of important research. I'm still going to electrify France, but for now, I just have to continue building up my industry because we're, nice. Establish a bunch of little French forts over here. Almost got the entire country occupied, but we're still shooting over here. Perfect. Oh, nope, not quite. We're not quite done yet. This will probably be the last battle. Let's get a better perspective on it. Alright, now all of radical Switzerland is occupied. Where are you going? Oh, you're going back to Africa, because you're the army of Africa. Well, that does make sense. So, what is this? What is this about? Crush Piedmontian uprising. Revoke Austrian claims. Can't get anything useful from Piedmont. Could get a pile of cash from Austria, though. Let's do it. I would love to have a huge sack of cash. For essentially none work. Oh, things are popping off and going crazy in Ethiopia. That's why things are odd. I don't think I need to even mobilize another army on this. Austria, are you in the middle of a different war? Is that why you're freaking out? Where are you going? Armenian mass migration, cool. So what I'm really hoping is that Italy doesn't wind up in this. I don't think they're going to, but they might, because that's potentially Italian territory over there. Alright, now we're actually really short, so let's, on bureaucracy, so let's throw those into the top. So, how's the market? Lead is completely overtaxed once again. Steel's doing better. Glass is doing better. Iron is doing a little rough now. Well, we'll continue to build up. Let's see. Mines. Let's build some in... A lot of labor available in Tunisia. A lot of labor available in Constantine. So we'll build an additional 10 levels of lead mines. That's a 40% increase overall. That should cover what we need. 2 arms. Does Piedmont have much of an army? Not really. Alright, that should be fine. Huge fleet, but I don't think it's going to be much of a factor, to be honest. Did I just not send the Army of Africa? Am I crazy? Is that what happened? No? Nice. I'm getting all this money for nothing. Like a huge hero would do. Austrians do kind of appear to be losing. But they're winning the battle, which means they should be winning the war in pretty short order. Who's heading up Austria? Franz Joseph von Habsburg. Historical character. A guy who ruled for a really unreasonable amount of time. Like, really, really long. Nice, we are winning this naval battle here. We're just intervening all over Europe this episode. This is the Intervention in Europe episode. We're going crazy in Europe. Trade agreement with Prussia? Heck yes. I would love that. I love trade. It's almost December of 74, and it's almost half an hour into the episode. We'll finish out this war, though. This battle's looking like a success. Good. This battle is looking like a success. Very good. Look at that. That's a shrapnel artillery piece right there is what that is. We got 2 more battles happening down in the lowlands. This is a success. Success for our friends the Austrians. Another success for us, and now Piedmont is fully occupied. I've got a bunch of events, but those are going to have to wait until next time. For now, I've had fun. I hope you all have had fun, and I will see you on the other side.